Good morning, good morning. What's going on, folks? Welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, I wanted to dedicate this video to going over both upcoming Stardom pay-per-views. We got Stardom In Showcase Volume 1 on Saturday, and we got Stardom Midsummer Champions in Nagoya on Sunday. I decided to do this separate from everything else because we got a lot going on this weekend in pro wrestling. I mean, we got these two Stardom events. We still got the G1 Climax 32 still going. We got the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Tokyo Princess Cup tournament going on. We got ROH Death Before Dishonor this weekend as well. So, because there's so much, I decided to kind of split it up a little bit. So, I figured I'll dedicate this video to previewing both Stardom shows. And I'm definitely looking forward to both of these cards. And also, got New Japan Pro Wrestling's High Alert on Sunday, which I will be attending that live. So, a lot to look forward to this weekend. But for this video, I want to dedicate to Stardom. So, here's what we got. We got Stardom In Showcase Volume 1 on July 23rd in Nagoya, Japan at the Nagoya Congress Center. And we got 7 matches so far. Now, this is the first Stardom In Showcase show. And the fact is, this has been created to be a separate brand from traditional Stardom shows and from the New Blood shows that are more focused on the younger rookie talent. For Stardom In Showcase, the idea is that anything can happen. Any crazy type of match can happen. Any weird stipulations can happen. That's what Stardom In Showcase is for. So, that's one thing I definitely wanted to make clear when going over this. That this is technically a separate brand from traditional Stardom shows and the New Blood shows. This is its own thing. So, let's get into each of these matches. Now, as I said, we got 7 matches total. So first off, we have a Fatal 4-Way Falls Count Anywhere match. This will have Azumi versus Momo Watanabe versus Tam Nakano versus Koguma. So we got a member of Queen's Quest, Oedo Tai, Cosmic Angels, and Stars in this match. But yeah, so Fatal 4-Way Falls Count Anywhere. Azumi versus Momo Watanabe versus Tam Nakano versus Koguma. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. I definitely don't think it'll be Koguma. I don't think it'll be Koguma. Azumi, Momo Watanabe, and Tam Nakano are looking like one of those 3. I'm gonna just take a chance and say Tam Nakano pulls off the victory. I could be wrong because this is a really tough one to pick, but I'm gonna take a chance and say Tam Nakano gets the victory. But anybody could win that match. But yeah, it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. Okay, we have a tag team match that will be under Cosmic Rules. Now, the matchup is the team of Unagi Sayaka and Saki taking on Mina Shirakawa and newly Cosmic Angels member Natsupoi. So, all 4 members Cosmic Angels in this match. And it's under Cosmic Rules. Now, we still don't know what those rules are, and it looks like they're probably not going to be announced into the show. Now, I'm going to say this. There's already a handful of people on social media that's complaining about this match. Being that the setup to this match was with Mina Shirakawa and Unagi Sayaka getting irritated with each other doing a bikini photo shoot. And I guess they were comparing boob sizes with each other and such. But a lot of folks are complaining that this match is even going to happen, and that the assumption is, I guess, all four ladies are going to wrestle in bikinis, which is very possible. Here's the thing, y'all. Folks need to calm down with this. Because there's three things to remember as far as this match. Three things. Number one, we have to remember that this is something that we normally don't see in Stardom. That's why this is on Stardom In Showcase, where anything can happen. Like, folks have to remember, it's not like this is a type of match that we see in Stardom. You know, I mean, come on now. Do we see bikini matches in Stardom? Like, come on now. That's not even a normal, common thing for Stardom. So, we gotta stop looking at it so critically. Especially being that it's on a brand where any type of match can happen. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we have to also keep in mind that both Mina Shirakawa and Unagi Sayaka used to be former gravure models. We also have to keep that in mind. They're former gravure models. So, I mean, the fact that the two of these ladies are in this match and that this whole thing started this match, I mean, why is that such a surprise? Why is that such a surprise? Like, they're both former gravure models. Not to mention, in, you know, Mina's tendencies, what does she flaunt? What does she flaunt? I mean, she talks about her cup size all the time. You know, like, why is this a surprise that this is even a match involving these ladies? Especially considering they're one part of Cosmic Angels, you know, a stable that kind of emphasizes beauty a lot more than the other stables. And two, the fact that they're former gravure models. Like, why are folks surprised? Like, I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. And number three, which I guess number three is part of my number one point, just being that, you know, it's just something that normally that doesn't happen in Stardom. Now, I've watched Stardom for a few years, and I've never seen any type of match where folks are wrestling in bikinis or anything like that. So we got to stop acting like this is something that happens on a usual basis. And not only that, I mean, one of the things that, you know, Stardom does, especially outside of the ring, I mean, they do the photo shoots and the photo books and that folks can order. And I mean, what does it usually have? The ladies are usually, you know, showcasing their bodies. I mean, they even have a segment called Bikiniing. You know, it's like, and then, you know, nobody don't want to say anything or pitch a fit about that. But when it comes down to having one match, when it comes down to having one match on a particular brand where any type of match can happen, then it's an issue. I don't get that. I really don't get that. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. Especially compared to to the previous years in WWE where, bra and panty matches were common. When the women superstars were called WWE divas. It's like, there was, and that's what the main focus on. But for Stardom, it's not like that. It's not like that. So it's just, I think folks are getting a little bit out of shape for no reason over this one match on this one specific brand of shows. So I just feel like folks need to chill on that, because it's not that big of a deal. It's not like this is going to lead to tons and tons more Cosmic Rules matches going forward. No, I highly doubt that. Especially considering the ladies in this match. I'm just saying. Look at how it was built up in the first place. It makes sense. Despite not knowing what these rules are. I get that. We don't know what the rules are. And they could end up being dumb rules. They could end up being really dumb rules. But, being that this is the first time happening on a show, on a brand specifically where anything can happen, because you're not going to see this on traditional Stardom or New Blood shows, but on a brand where anything can happen, we can't give them a pass. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But anyway, as far as the match, who do I think will win? I'm going with Mina Shirakawa and Natsupoi. That's who I'm going for the win. Don't know what these rules are going to be. They probably won't announce them until the show, but I'm picking Mina Shirakawa and Natsupoi to win. Next up, we have a hardcore tag team match. We have Donna Del Mondo's Julia and Mai Sakurai taking on Prominence's Suzu Suzuki and Risa Sera. I am definitely going with Prominence in this match. Hardcore death matches and such. This is their home field. This is literally their home field. Therefore, I don't see them falling, especially to the likes of Julia and Mai Sakurai. I just don't see it. So I'm going with Prominence to pick up the victory in this hardcore tag team match. We'll have to see how far they take this, because I don't think it'll be on any sort of level compared to a death match. But hardcore tag match, I mean, no DQs, weapons allowed, stuff like that, is what I'm expecting. Alright, next up we have an I Quit match. We got God's Eyes, Shuri and Mirai taking on Prominence's Akane Fujita and Hiragi Kurumi. Now, with this one, I'm going to pick God's Eye to get the victory. I don't see Prominence winning both matches, but I think with this I Quit match, Shuri, MMA, submission specialist, this is right down her lane. Mirai, strong tag team partner. I mean, I'm not sleeping on Prominence in this match, but I gotta give the edge to God's Eye, and I think they're gonna win this I Quit match. Now, I assume that this is, a literal I Quit match where they gotta grab a microphone and force the opponent to say I quit, or they may just treat it like a submission match. But I'm pretty sure, typically in I Quit matches, you gotta make the person say I quit. But anyway, next up we got a 3-way tag team match. Tower and Power. I think that's what it's called. Tower and Power, or Power and Tower. I get the two. I get the two backwards. I think it's Tower and Power. But yeah, Tower and Power. Wait, let me make sure I have this right. Is it Tower and Power? Power and Tower. Okay, Power and Tower rules three-way match. So triple threat, Power and Tower rules. So this is another one that has specific rules. Um, but this will involve three tag teams: Donna Del Mundo's Micah and Himeka, Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishita and Lady C, and then the combination of God's Eyes, Ami Sourei, and Stars Saya Ida. So, Power and Tower rules. No idea what these rules are. Heard word on their Twitter page that the rules will be announced at the show. But this should be interesting. This showcases the heavy hitters, the power wrestlers in Stardom. So I got a good feeling about this match. Got a really good feeling. As far as who do I think will win, you know what? I'm going to go with Donna Del Mundo's Micah and Himeka. I'm picking them to win. I think they're going to win. Ami Sourei and Saya Ida will be an interesting team. That may work out. But I got to go with Micah and Himeka. And, Himeka could use a victory. I know, especially since, the unfortunate news came up about the passing of her father. So condolences and prayers go out to the Jumbo Princess, Himeka, from the loss of her father. So I think this would be really, really good to have her come back with this and get a victory. So I'm going to go with Donna Del Mundo. We also have a Nagoya Rumble match. And according to the graphic, I know in the graphic, we got Hazuki, we got Hina, Waka Tsukiyama, Miyu Amasaki, Rina, Ruoka, Hanan, Momokogo, Mayu Iwatani, Saki Kashima. I don't know if there's going to be more. I think there's going to be a couple of more for this match, but it's a Nagoya Rumble match, which I assume is just going to be like a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royal style match. But I'm not sure who's going to win this, to be honest with you. I might have to stay neutral for this because I have no idea. Royal Rumble matches, Battle Royals are hard to pick. They're hard to pick. So I'm a stay neutral on this one because I have no idea. But should be interesting. And then finally, what I assume will be the main event is the three-way casket match. I know that was one of the first graphics when Stardom In Showcase was made. So I'm assuming that this is going to be the main event. But triple threat casket match where we have Saya Kamitani versus Starlight Kid versus the Grim Reaper, aka X. We don't know who that will be, but I'm under the assumption that this Grim Reaper will be revealed at the show. So, honestly, I'm gonna say X. I mean, I don't know. I might have to stay neutral with this one because there's no telling who X is. There's no telling. And Saya Kamitani and Starlight Kid, very, very strong. I mean, Saya just recently defended her Wonder of Stardom Championship against Starlight Kid in a match of the year quality match. So, I mean, I don't know. I might have to stay neutral for this, but I'm very curious to know who X is going to be. But typically with a casket match, in order to win, you got to put your opponent into a casket, shut the door. But being that this is a triple threat, I don't know if they're going to make it so that there are two caskets and the winner has to put both their opponents in caskets, or is it going to be a whoever can put their opponent into the casket first and close the door wins. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm assuming that's going to be the main event, but we'll see. But yeah, 7 matches. Very good card. Very interesting card with the number of matches and stipulations. So hopefully this will be a very successful kickoff for Stardom In Showcase, Volume number 1. Like I said, the new Blood shows have been great. So hopefully Stardom In Showcase can get some good love. But this is going to be a pay-per-view. According to the site, this is going to be a pay-per-view, so it's getting that type of attention, so that means something. Okay, so that's it for Stardom In Showcase Volume 1. Like I said, that's July 23rd. And then the following day, July 24th, same place, Nagoya Congress Center in Nagoya, Japan, we got Stardom Midsummer Champions in Nagoya. Alright. Now looking at this card, we got 8 matches for this card. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 title matches. So 5 of them are title matches. Alright, let's check it out. We got a Fatal 4-Way match. We got stars Hanan versus Cosmic Angels Waka Tsukiyama versus Queen's Quest Hina versus Prominence's Akane Fujita. Ooh, this is tough. I mean, you got the future of Stardom champion in there in Hanan. But yeah, this is tough. But you know what? I gotta give the advantage to the future Stardom champion. I gotta go with Hanan on this one. I'm gonna go at her to pull off the victory. Should be interesting. I expect to also see some sort of double team chemistry with her sister Hina as well. But looking forward to it. Next up, we got a singles match. Saya Ida from Stars versus Suzu Suzuki from Prominence. Woo! Suzu is going to jack up Saya Ida. I got to go with Suzu on this one. She's just... That's a crazy woman. Crazy woman. And I think she's going to destroy Saya Ida. Next up, we got a 3-way tag team match. We got Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi, Mina Shirakawa, and Unagi Sayaka versus Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishita, and Lady C and Miyu Amasaki versus Prominence's Risa Sera, Hiragi Kurumi, and Mochi Natsumi. Oh, man. You know what? I'm kind of at a crossroads between picking Cosmic Angels and Prominence. You know what? I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go with Cosmic Angels. I don't think Prominence can get all the love. I'm gonna go with Cosmic Angels. Some way, somehow, they pull it off. Yeah. I'm going to go with Cosmic Angels. Alright, let's get into our title matches. So we got the Goddess of Stardom tag team titles on the line as Fukuoka Double Crazy, the champions, Hazuki and Koguma, will defend against God's Eyes, Amisore, and Mirai. Now remember, the last time these two faced in a title match, this went to a time limit draw. Oh, man. This is really tough. Do they want to pull the trigger and put the tag titles on God's Eye? Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. Because we have to remember, Mirai hasn't won gold yet. She's won the Cinderella tournament, but she hasn't won gold yet, and neither is Ami Sourei. I mean, them dethroning Fukuoka Double Crazy would be huge. Oh man. This is tough. This is really tough. I'm gonna say Fukuoka Double Crazy squeaks by and retains, but I would not be shocked if God's Eye pulled off the upset. Because, like I said, maybe it's time to put a title around Mirai. Even if it's not a singles title, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Maybe the tag titles. So, I'm going to say Fukuoka Double Crazy retains, but I will not be surprised if God's Eyes, Mirai, and Amisore pulled off the upset. Okay, we got the Artist of Stardom Trios Championships on the line. The champions, Oedo Tai, Starlight Kid, Momo Watanabe, and Saki Kashima, defend against Donna Del Mundo's Maika, Himeka, and Julia. Whew, this is tough. This is a really tough one as well. Do they capture the trios titles? Let me check something right quick. Let me see how long has Oedo Tai held the belts? For about 54 days? Nah, I think Oedo Tai retains. I just feel like they haven't had the titles that long. They haven't had the titles that long. Only 54 days. They haven't had the titles that long. So yeah, I'm gonna say Oedo Tai retains the Artist of Stardom trios titles. Okay, next up we have the High Speed Championship on the line, as Azumi will defend against Oedo Tai's Rina. This will be quite a test for Rina. Remember, she got the victory for her team at the previous match, which I believe was Stardom New Blood number 3. So, like I said, this will be a great test for Rina. I don't think she will win, but I think she'll put up a good fight. Because honestly, I really have a hard time thinking of who would be the right person to dethrone Azumi for the high speed title. And I just don't think Rina is the girl yet. I don't think she's the one. So, I'm picking Azumi to retain. Alright, we have the Wonder of Stardom Championship on the line, as Saya Kamitani, the Golden Phoenix, the champ, will defend against Cosmic Angel / Colors, Saki. Interesting matchup. Definitely an interesting matchup. But I'm picking Saya Kamatani to retain and continue her reign. Like I said, it would not surprise me if Saya Kamatani kept the Wonder of Stardom Championship at least to about the end of the year. I mean, it's July now, but it wouldn't surprise me if she kept the title to about end of the year. But after her defeating Starlight Kid, honestly, there's no telling. There's really no telling who will be the one to dethrone Saya Kamatani. So, we'll see. I mean, maybe Kairi gets her shot later, but I'm not so sure they pull the trigger and have Kairi dethrone her, or they have Saya get put over Kairi. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'm picking Saya Kamatani to retain against Saki. And then we got the main event, the World of Stardom Championship on the line, as the champion, Shuri, leader of God's Eye, defends against the leader of Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano. Okay. Could this be the one? Could this be the one? Does Tam Nakano finally become red belt champ? We know she's been white belt champ. She dethroned Julia for that title. Shuri has been on a tear. Like, I don't think Shuri has been pinned since last year, y'all. At the 5-star Grand Prix of last year. Aside from that, I don't think she's been pinned or submitted since last year. Shuri has been booked extremely strong in Stardom. And the last person, if I remember correctly, that pinned her was Azumi. Which, in a way, Azumi has kind of sort of had her number. I'm not saying that Tam Nakano can't dethrone Shuri. Very capable. Very capable. She has definitely risen the ranks. Especially in a big way after becoming Wonder of Stardom champ. But we're talking about Shuri here. We're talking about Shuri here. Let me sit back. We're talking about Shuri here. This could potentially be a match of the year candidate. But you know something? One thing I will say about Tam Nakano, when she wants it bad enough, she will generate the willpower and the ultimate resilience. We saw that when she dethroned Julia. I'm going to say this. Don't be surprised if this ends in a draw, in a time limit draw. Don't be surprised if this ends in a time limit draw and this sets up for a rematch later this year. Or better yet, who's to say that this can't end in a draw And Tam Nakano goes on to win the 5-star Grand Prix and gets her rematch. And actually beats Shuri for the title. It's not impossible, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep my eye closely on this. I'm thinking Shuri will pull it off, but mark my words. Keep this in mind. Don't be surprised if this match ends in a time limit draw. Tam Nakano goes on to win the 5-star Grand Prix and then later challenges and defeats Shuri to become World of Stardom champion. Mark this down. Don't be surprised if that happens. Because there's also a lot of fans and a lot of folks very high on Tam Nakano. So, I rest my case with that. Anyway, 8 matches for Stardom Midsummer Champions in Nagoya. 2 pay-per-views. It's a lot of content. A lot of pro wrestling. A lot of Joshi action. I'm looking forward to it. Should be awesome. I can't wait. But anyway, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What do y'all think about both of these cards? Stardom In Showcase Volume 1 and Stardom Midsummer Champions in Nagoya. What are your predictions? What are your predictions for the matches on these cards? What do you think of the card in general? Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace.